Hey everyone, James Lynch here doing a quick reaction video to the news that Tom Aspinall will defend his heavyweight title against Ciryl Gane at UFC 321 in Abu Dhabi. This is another video where I kind of knew ahead of time the fight was going to happen, so I'm recording this a bit earlier. Once it's confirmed, I'll put the link in the description of this video, but this fight is absolutely happening. And again, another fight we kind of figured was going to take place. It was pretty much whether they were going to go with Gane, who did win his last fight technically, or they were going to go with Alexander Volkov. There really weren't any other contenders for Tom Aspinall, in my opinion. I know some people talked about Jalton Almeida. Come on. I mean, Almeida lost a couple fights ago. Gane does make sense in this situation because it's a fresh matchup, right? So I completely understand that. Let's do a quick tale of the tape between these two. Of course, Aspinall becoming the champion with John Jones retiring. So he's the undisputed champ. Aspinall is 32 years old. He's 6'5" with a 78-inch reach. Ciryl Gane is 35 years old. He's 6'4" with an 81-inch reach. So Ciryl Gane going to have a slight reach advantage in this fight at 81, but Tom Aspinall an inch taller, and Aspinall is going to be a couple years younger as well. Of course, Aspinall has not fought since he went over Curtis Blades in July of 2024. Thank you, John Jones, for holding things up a little bit there. So hopefully this is the sign of Aspinall being very active in the division. And Ciryl Gane's got a bit of a layoff too. He has not fought since the Volkov fight, which was back in December. So a bit of a layoff for him coming into this one as well. And I mentioned the fight with Volkov. Listen, I'm a big Ciryl Gane fan, but I don't think he won that last fight. He got a split decision there, and the media agrees with me here. If you look at the scorecards and MMA decisions, just one media member scored the fight for Gane. Everyone else scored it for Volkov. Not a good decision there. I don't know. I think really this is not a fight that favors Ciryl Gane very well. I think if it stays standing, Gane's possibly got a chance here. He's got good striking. He's very technical. Doesn't really have like the one-punch knockout power he used to. He does have wins by knockout, but they're not really like TKO. They're more like TKO victories as opposed to like Francis Ngannou punches, right? So I suppose, that could happen here too. But, even if it's on the feet, I think Aspinall has shown that he can hold his own. But on the ground, Aspinall's got a huge advantage. I mean, this is a guy that, is 4 wins by submission, finished, Volkov submitted him in the first round. Finished Andrei Arlovsky. He's got a good ground game here. And I think if you're Tom, why mess around on the feet? Get this fight to the floor and submit Ciryl Gane. And I think he will. I think if you look at Tom Aspinall's career, he is a finisher. He's not someone that goes to the judges' scorecards here, has yet to hit the judges' scorecards in the UFC. Actually, I don't think he's even hit. He hasn't even hit the judges' scorecards in his career. This is a guy that's used to finishing. Now, if he can't finish early, things will get interesting. Gane's got 5-round experience. That should be, something to take note of. But I mean, I think Aspinall wins this fight all day, and I also think he's going to be a pretty big favorite. Like I would put Aspinall right now at like a 3-1 favorite here. Again, Ciryl Gane's got great stand-up. There's a chance if he keeps us on the feet, he's got a chance of, finishing Aspinall or possibly winning a decision with his striking. But Aspinall's got that really good ground game, and I think his striking's great too. And we saw Aspinall, go toe-to-toe with some pretty good punchers here. Guys like Sergey Pavlovich, who I think has an even better, power. I mean, you could argue he's got more power than Gane does, and he was able to go out there and finish him in the first round. So, I like Tom Aspinall a lot. If you've watched my channel, I'm very high on him. I will do an early look preview on this fight as well. But yeah, I think Aspinall takes care of business. I think Volkov, that rematch, I think that fight's closer personally, because I think Volkov's made enough improvements since their first fight, where I think Volkov could be a little bit more interesting for Aspinall. And I know people will be like, well, Gane beat him. Well, I don't think he did. Again, I don't think I'm on an island here. I thought Gane lost his last fight. So yeah, Tom Aspinall will go maybe 3rd-round submission there. Maybe it does go a little bit deeper, but I could see Aspinall getting an early finish as well. But I like Tom Aspinall by submission here. And again, I'll preview this more on early look, but this is going to be your main event for Abu Dhabi. Again, they like pulling out the big fights. This is a big fight in the heavyweight division. Makes a lot of sense that this fight's going to be taking place in Abu Dhabi for UFC 321. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Was this the fight to make? What's your pick for this fight? Let me know. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, @LynchOnSports. My name is James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.